CNBC TV18. Chandan Taparia there with some specific trades coming through. The pre-open is kicked off, about 38 points, 20 points, 25 points. So, trying to find a level, 24,335 or so is where it is trading at right now. IT services stocks all sold off on Thursday sharply. And then on Friday during the Mahurat session, the IT index ended barely in the green. Gemini cut their revenue estimate for the year, and that is basically that caused that big reaction on Thursday. Abhishek Kumar is IT research analyst at JM Financial Institutional Securities is with us. Abhishek, good morning. Good to have you with us here. Thank you for your time. Just your thoughts on the reaction that we saw. What does it mean for the Capgemini outlook mean for IT companies, and what does it do to any hopes of revival?
Yeah, hi. Good morning, and thanks for having me here first. So I think Capgemini's guidance cut was largely because of the slowdown that they are seeing in European market. That is something that has been flagged off by Indian IT services players as well. But we need to keep in mind that Capgemini has much higher exposure to Europe and France in general, which is witnessing a slowdown. So I wouldn't read too much from Capgemini's guidance cut for India IT services players. Even Capgemini and a day after Cognizant, right? They said that spend patterns are improving, especially in US and BFSI. And which is a common theme in terms of commentary across players, and I think that is a slightly better gauge of how the demand will shape up in FY26.
By the way, those are numbers coming in from Bajaj Auto, and interestingly, they've actually missed the mark slightly. Very, very flat trends for the month of October. This total sales growth has been just about, I think, 1.5%. So pretty flat. 4.79 versus our poll, which was expecting 4.89 lakh units to be sold. We'll, of course, be talking to the company as well as we go forward, try and get an assessment. They've kind of flagged off some of these demand concerns even earlier. Though one would wonder, one needs to look at the details, because some of the other companies like Hero, for instance, they've had a very, very strong October. Hero's sales are up about 18%. TVS is up about 14%. So we'll try and figure out if there's been some sort of pushback of demand into the coming perhaps months as well. So that's Hero MotoCorp. But back to the conversation on IT and what the read-through from Capgemini really means for us. Now, Abhishek, we've seen a pretty decent move on a lot of IT stocks even after the Q2 numbers, though I don't think any of the larger companies are screaming from the rooftops and are saying that, hey, we're getting back to double-digit growth. So now in terms of expectations on earnings and what the stocks have done, what would your advice be on large cap IT?
Yeah, so you're right. After the results, we didn't see much earning upgrades for large caps. We saw for a couple of mid caps, but for large caps, earnings were largely flattish. And a negative reaction after no earning upgrade tells us that, multiple re-rating that we were seeing for past 3 to 6 months is kind of has run its course. And for incremental movement in the stocks, we need earning upgrades to come through. So that's the setup. Having said that, I think, I believe we are in a better position now getting into calendar year 25 versus where we were a year back or at the same time last year. And I say it because, the uncertainty around rate cut is now behind us. US presidential election outcome will be over by the time budgets are freezed. Clients will have clarity getting into next year. We are already seeing early signs of discretionary spending coming back in banking sector, which generally is a precursor. So while we may not see any triggers in the next 2-3 months, given a seasonally soft Q3, I think the setup for IT budgets, etc., next year definitely looks up. And the recent correction that we have seen in large cap names kind of opens up some upside for people to take position in these stocks.
Okay. Hi, Abhishek. Good morning and good to see you, Ben. Let's wind the conversation down then with your top picks from the sector.
Yes, so we like Infosys in large cap, followed by Tech Mahindra and Wipro. So that's my picks on the large caps.
Caps? Mid caps?
Mid cap, we like Persistent Systems. It has done very well. We also like Coforge, but our pecking order would be Persistent followed by Coforge.
Got it. Thanks a lot, Abhishek. Appreciate you joining in and giving us inputs on the sector and how you see things shape up. Wishing you a good day ahead. Well, it's 9:10, so let's get Sudarshan back in. Sudarshan, what's your 9:10 call?